Hi, great people. Thank you for coming. This is Hope for Every Day, and I'm so much excited to see all of you. I believe I can see you guys, and I'm really taking this video from areas of Limuru. This is Limuru area. This is Limuru areas. The road you see there is Limuru Road, which takes you all the way to the town. The town is like 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometer from here. Yeah, so I think one of the key things I like with this area is because of the fresh air, quite fresh air. And today I want to talk about leadership, because I'm a leader. I believe many of us are leaders, and all of us are leaders in our own capacity. We are leaders in different ways, and I forgot to mention that this is one of the railway paths that comes all the way from the capital city. It proceeds all the way to Limuru town and many other towns, all the way to Kisumu, Malaba, those areas. Yeah, so we are leaders, and being leader is something good. It is something good, and it's something to desire and to be. And I believe, like I've said, you know, when you talk about leaders, some people think about I need to hold a particular position. Not necessarily. There are those who have been privileged. They have particular positions that they hold. They're leaders of organizations, leaders of churches, schools, leaders in the government and such. They are leaders. But also you and me are also leaders in our own capacity. You are a leader in your home. All of us, there's a particular group that we are leading. We are influencing them positively. And I want to talk about some of the key things that every leader should know. Some of the key things that every leader should know, and they can be of great blessing. These are points that I've gotten to learn from some of the leaders that I admire, and others I've just read them. So I just want to share with you some of these key things that you can learn as a leader, and they can help you and me, as we continue providing leadership. Now, one of the first things I want to mention about leadership is that it's good to know that leadership is very lonely. Leadership is very lonely. It's not easy. When you choose to be a leader, it can be a very lonely place, because you make decisions. You're thinking about the organization. It can be a lonely place in that you are there alone, leading alone. You might have a team of leaders. Like, for example, I'm a leader in different areas, and there are some days when I'm just alone there and thinking about what I need to do, how I need to provide leadership. And sometimes you can find yourself alone, and that's why I'm saying that it can be lonely. Leadership is lonely sometimes. And don't be surprised when you feel like you are alone, and especially when you're making those critical decisions, you may feel like you are alone. And it's a lonely position. And it's for those who want to it's not for those who want to be popular. Yes, you know, if you want to be popular, at some point leadership can make you to be popular, but not all the time. But just know that it's very lonely. Sometimes when you feel that loneliness is when you're more likely to give up. It's a position which is not popular, and for the position not being popular, people may not like the decision that you make. People may not like some of the direction that you may be moving. But anyway, as a leader, you have to make a decision and move on, regardless of how people are feeling, because you are a leader. You must be a good decision maker and provide that decision, so long as you're making the right type of decision that you need to make. So the first thing I wanted you to know is that leadership is lonely. The second thing I want you to know is that about leadership is, apart from it being lonely, leadership, when you talk about leadership, failure is inevitable. Now, when you talk about failure being inevitable, it basically means that sometimes you will fail as a leader. and I've failed it so many times. And when I was still very young as a leader, I would when I would fail, I would feel so bad, and I'll feel so demoralized. I'll feel like I'm not a good leader. But let me tell you, the failures that come with leadership, they are part of the journey, or part of the journey that helps you to grow. And so when you fail in your leadership, the most important thing is for you to learn the mistakes, and after you learn the mistakes, you forge ahead. That is so much important. Learn the mistake and you forge ahead. So if you have failed as a leader, dust yourself off, pick up your mat, stand and move on. That is one of my encouragement. So don't think that if you are a leader you will not fail. You will fail. You will fail. There are sometimes when you make a decision, you are working on something and then it doesn't work out quite well. So don't be discouraged. That is part of the journey of you being a leader. So you will fail as a leader many times. So don't be discouraged by that. Let it not make you lose hope. The other thing also is that as a leader, it's good to know that success does not come overnight. I know all of us, we want to be successful. We want to succeed in our work. But that success that we want, the success that we want, it is not going to come overnight. It is a journey. And for you to move when you are going for a journey, you don't arrive immediately. It takes some time. It takes time for you to progress. And so success is not an overnight thing. It is a journey you walk through, and of course when you are faithful in that journey, you'll see success. So don't expect success overnight. It will not come. It doesn't happen. It is a progress. So just stay on your lane, and with the time you're going to arrive. So success will not come overnight. It is something that is a process. It will still come with time. It is not overnight. And that is something that you and me need to know as leaders. So for us to be able to progress and even be able to make some good success. So success will not come overnight. Now leaders should be an example. And leaders should lead by an example. And I think that's an area that many leaders fail. Some of us, we provide leadership, but we don't lead by example. Like they normally say, you preach against wine and you drink wine. So one of the key things that you and me should do is that we should ensure that we lead not only by example, but we also do what you're expected to do. If you tell people this is the direction we are taking, this is where we are moving, they must see an example with you. If you tell your people who you are leading that they need to be at work on time, they should see you coming on time. So you are an example. And actually, the team that you lead will never exceed of what you do. They will be at the same level where you are. So you've got to be a good guide. You've got to be a good example. You need to lead by example. Through your deeds and through everything you do. Because what you do, the way you do things, that is the way they're going to follow. If you are very shallow in your work, if you are really not organized, most likely the people that are following you will also be so much unorganized. So lead by example, lead by words, by deeds, by works vizuri, and people will be able to follow you. That is very much important. So that is something that you need to consider as a leader, so that you can be able to continue providing leadership. Now leaders should embrace feedback, and this is something that I notice is not very much common with many leaders. Many leaders do not want feedback. I mean, they want to lead, and when feedback comes, they are not ready for it. Embrace feedback. Feedback actually is so much important. Feedback is so much important. Let people know how you are doing. Let the people tell you even those things that you do not want to hear. Because I know as leaders, most of the time, we fear so much the feedback that we get from people. And especially the negative feedback. Sometimes we enjoy when they're telling us those good things. You're a good leader. you're doing us, but please create room for them to tell you you're not doing right, you need to work on this. That feedback is very much important. That feedback will help you to grow as a leader. That feedback will help you to be a better leader than the way you are. So accept feedback. Feedback is so much important for you as a leader. So feedback should be one of the key things that you need to embrace as a leader, because it's very important, because feedback will help you to continue improving and becoming better and better. So feedback should be one of the key things that you should embrace. Now, the other thing also you should expect is that conflict is inevitable for leaders. There will be conflicts here and there. Conflicts will always occur. Different opinions will always come. That is something that will happen for any leader. So don't be surprised when there are conflicts. As a leader, the time I've been a leader, there are conflicts that come in, but how you handle them is very key. You must be in a position to handle conflicts that come. And one of the key things that I encourage people to do is, please don't allow conflicts to be many when they are not resolved. When a conflict is there, find out how you can be able to solve that conflict, because unresolved conflict can become a big danger. Unresolved conflict within a team can become a big danger and can really spoil your leadership, can really make an organization not to be able to move on. So when those conflicts come, and they will come, when they come, don't be shocked by it. Just find a way of solving the conflicts and you'll see some very good progress. So conflicts are inevitable. That is something that will come, but when it comes, just be bold enough and find out how to deal with it. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is that leaders have limited time and should learn to delegate. It's very important to learn to delegate. Learn to delegate your work. Don't be that person who is just a solo person, whereby you are doing, it's only you who is working. It's good to have to delegate your work and have to mentor people in a way that when you are not there, things are still running. When you're not in that organization and you have gone for leave, or you've gone for another commitment, a family commitment, whatever it is, please delegate. Delegate, because one of your responsibilities also, apart from providing leadership, is also to provide, to mentor others who will also become leaders. And so how will they become leaders if they're not getting opportunities to provide leadership? If they're not getting opportunities to lead? Give them those opportunities. When they get those opportunities, they will be able to, they will lead. And so provide, delegate. Delegate. It's very much important for you to delegate, because when you delegate, then it will give people an opportunity to grow. So your position is not basically for you alone. Learn to delegate. Give people opportunities for them to be able to provide leadership, and allow them to make mistakes. Sometimes they may not work the way you're working, but when they make a mistake, they'll keep on improving and improving. Don't be that person who, when they go away, everything stops. I know we have some institutions whereby you find you go for services there, and then you're told, you know, so and so is not there, and when you ask, you are told they are away for a trip, they're out of the country, they are coming after 1 week, and everything has stopped. And yet there are people who can still be able to work and make sure that things are moving on. So please don't be that kind of a leader who does not want to delegate. Delegate, because when you delegate, you're giving opportunity for those people to also to become leaders. So make sure that you delegate, so that you can be able to allow people to become leaders just like you are. That is one of the opportunities very much important for you to become a good leader. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best as you provide leadership, because you and me are great leaders. So I'm signing off from these areas of Limuru. This place where I am, they call it Kwaeri Bata. Those who are from Limuru identify this place. So this particular road is actually Limuru Road. It goes all the way to Limuru town. Then on the right side, it goes all the way to a place, a small town called Tigoni, then all the way to Banana Village Market, and all the way to Nairobi. Now this one here, I think they call it Red Hill Road, which is Kabuko Road. From here, this road will just go downwards all the way to Kabuko. And in Kabuko, some of the notable things there is we have Kabuko town itself, and then we have St. Paul's University. And then you'll go all the way downwards towards Ruaka. Before you reach Ruaka, you'll see a very huge hotel called Servant Suites. And then you go to Denderu. Then after Denderu, you go to Ruaka. And then this road will connect with this Limuru road. So that's it. So guys, thank you so much. Remember to subscribe. This is Hope for Every Day. I'm here creating hope for you. All the best.